Wow, welcome everyone to the inaugural Australian Circular Economy Forum 2022. We are absolutely thrilled to have you all here. 740 registrations from all parts of New South Wales, Australia, and countries around the world. A shout out to all Australian states, Finland, Denmark, New Zealand, Ireland, Turkey. Welcome. Thank you for joining us and being part of this critical transition. Now is the time for circular economy in Australia. Our future depends on our ability to transition to a new economy that is circular, designing out carbon and waste and ensuring we have regenerative systems and solutions to enhance our natural environment and biodiversity, to drive productivity and the jobs and industries of the future. In that spirit, please join me in acknowledging Australia's original circular leaders, the traditional custodians of the lands on which we all work and live here in Australia and are coming to you from today. And for me, that is the land of the Wallamadigal people of the Eora Nation. We recognise their continuing connection to land, water and community, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We'd also like to pay our respects to those of you affected by floods and rain in Australia. This represents the latest climate event we're facing here. How we change the consumption model from throw away and flush away to circular practices is the focus of our forum today. The circular economy is based on three principles: eliminate waste and pollution, circulate products and materials at their highest value, regenerate nature. The circular economy decouples economic activity from the consumption of finite resources. It's a resilient system that's good for business, people, and the environment. So this forum is designed to provide you with circular economy facts, research, perspectives, and case studies to engage you and your organisations in the Australian circular economy transition. We will be sharing New South Wales Circular's collaborative work on how to transition our infrastructure, products, services, finance and investment approaches towards a more sustainable circular future. So on behalf of New South Wales Circular, I hope you gain insights and inspiration today from our speakers. You can thank them with the clap emoji and we'll keep your comments and reflections. Please keep your comments and reflections coming into the chat box. We'll be following your feedback and recording it. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce New South Wales Circular's funder, the New South Wales Chief Scientist and Engineer Professor Hugh Durrant Whyte, whose support has enabled the creation and growth of New South Wales Circular over the past 3 years. Thank you, Hugh, to you and your team for funding the research we will hear about today. And I'd like to invite you to say a few words and introduce the Honourable Alastair Henskins, Minister for Science, Innovation and Technology, who's officially opening our event this morning.
Thank you, Lisa. Look, first, I think I have to thank you for organising the Australian Circular Economy Forum and bringing together so many people, not just across Australia, but internationally in this terrifically important area. Look, about 3 years ago, I started as a chief scientist, and one of the very first things I think that we looked at was trying to create, I guess, a community of researchers in the circular economy space. And I guess we started in the way that we do with a lot of our innovation networks by looking just at the technology, recycling technologies, the way machines might be used, the way chemistry might be used and so on. But it was very clear early on that technology, truthfully, was not actually the problem in the circular world. And in fact, if anything, the circular world's problem is circular in the sense that it really involves combining us as a community with people who collect waste, with people who process waste, yes, but people then who use the results of that waste that create the market that actually enables the circular economy piece to happen. So when we started New South Wales Circular, when we decided to fund it, it was very much as an enterprise that brought all of those people together. The local councils, the technologists, the users of the product, and indeed the community themselves around how we actually use it. So I think one of the most important things, a recognition in this area, is that for us as scientists and technologists, this is not just a science and technology problem. This is genuinely all of us coming together to think differently about our waste, about the way that we generate it and the way that we use it and how we change our practices and roles in these areas. So New South Wales Circular literally is at the vanguard of this area in Australia. It's genuinely brought together communities, it's genuinely brought together thinkers, it's developed communities of practice that really allow all of those sort of integrated pieces to come together and ask that, yes, the technical questions as well, but at the same time, how do we genuinely shift opinions in the community, in government, in industry, in the way that we basically use circular as a whole. I have to be honest, having spent some time in Europe, Australia is still a long way behind, I think, where we could be, a very long way behind, in fact. I often look at the 2 or 3 bins that we have outside our homes now and compare it to the, I believe, 15 in Germany. And a nice picture that I have of a truck in the UK that had at least 15 different holes that you could put different types of waste into, and think that if only we actually managed to sort things at that community level, we would have a much easier process to tackle further down the line. So New South Wales Circular is at the start of doing this. I'm really also thoughtful and grateful for the fact this is not called the New South Wales Circular Economy Forum. It's called the Australian Circular Economy Forum, in the sense that I think, you know, this is something that we need to be working together with as an entire country, and indeed a whole region, and indeed as a whole planet. So Lisa, fantastic that you've got all this together, and fantastic we've got so many people attending this, and I really, you know, appreciate that our funding has gone to really change the ways and things that we do in this state in a big way. So wonderful for getting this off the ground.